First set, Anna Ivanovic to serve. Play.
Good start from Ivanovic.
And that's what she needs. She needs a high percentage of first serve so she can dictate with the forehand, get that first strike.
Azarenka. That's not normally in the Azarenka repertoire there, the drop shot on the second point of the match.
Well, it's a great play, though, for someone who packs so much power, then to be able to throw in a little touch.
Well, Ivanovic got away with that serve, Kathy, but that's one thing you have to watch for with her is that toss drifting out to the right. She chased it and hit it in, but it can be a problem as things get tighter.
She doesn't want to throw any soft second serves in as well. Azarenka, give her the edge on the backhand as well. She's got a better backhand. And a good play there, playing behind Azarenka. But again, it's the first serve that sets up the big forehand.
Wow.
Finding the corners.
I mean, Ivanovic, when she's hitting the ball well, it is beautiful to watch.
Absolutely. That's her weapon. She likes to dictate the points with the forehand.
She's gone through a lot of coaching changes and now back with the Adidas development program, and working on her fitness has been her main emphasis. And she looks very strong in her opening service game. 2 winners to end that game to hold serve.
I think a lot of the players are working on their fitness and know what an important aspect of the game that plays. We saw Li Na take a few 3-4 weeks off before this year's US Open, doing some grueling workouts, and she's just been playing extremely well. Her movement has just been impressive.
She hasn't dropped a set. We'll see her on this court in just a little while.
Victoria Azarenka.
She does not look fit as a rank.
The other important shot for Azarenka today is the backhand up the line, because Ivanovic likes to run around her backhand to hit her forehand. She's a little bit more vulnerable to that shot.
Best time of year for Azarenka has been the start of the year the last couple of years. She always begins the year red hot. Won her first 17 matches of the year this year, defended her Australian Open title. And then seems to have like a little valley in there before she gets it going again at the end of the year. At least once, but not today. I mean, has she this year? Did she make semis at one? Well, Ivanovic has earned herself a break point.
Well, Ivanovic has come out to play. We saw the emotion in the first game. And again.
Fun thing about these two to me is there's no secrets. You know, it's like they know exactly what the other's going to do. It's just a matter of who executes better.
Absolutely. Ivanovic right now came out in the right frame of mind.
So Ivanovic determined to avoid what happened to her when they played in Carlsbad this year. She lost that first 6-love, jumps out to a 2-love lead here to start.
Just sense that she's come out to this match a little bit more urgency. Let's see how Azarenka responds.
It's all going her way now.
She's the one that's dictating play. She's got Azarenka playing defense.
It's the big question with Ivanovic is just, can she sustain this?
Yes, that's took the words right out of my mouth. Has to sustain this kind of level of play. Wow, and first ace. That's what was so impressive against Mikhail. I mean, she had a little bit of a hiccup early on in that match, but her serve, look at that, it's perfect toss, perfect placement. Her serve was extremely good when it counted.
And that's been a liability of hers.
And that's a sign of confidence.
She's only missed one first serve so far. That's good.
She's on fire. She's hitting that backhand too, stepping into the backhand wing.
Azarenka's got to hope that Ivanovic's level drops a little bit because she's overpowering Azarenka. How many times can you say that?
Her backhand's a consistent shot, but not as forceful as the forehand. That was extremely well hit. That's what we're used to seeing. Azarenka stepping in. Good solid return. Off to a little slow start here.
Well, nothing is going Azarenka's way right now. It is all Ivanovic. She's won the first 3 games in just 9 minutes. Here in Arthur Ashe Stadium, Ana Ivanovic has been dominant in this start to the match. She's won 12 of the 17 points we've played, as Azarenka really has not gotten on track yet at all. Can't believe that didn't go in. Everything else has.
Well, Azarenka hasn't had one winner yet.
Now that is shocking.
Yeah, 5 unforced errors with no winners. It's been Ivanovic stepping up, controlling the points with 7 winners.
Ivanovic has been playing with a heavy heart here at the U.S. Open this year, as one of her childhood friends was killed back home in Serbia during the U.S. Open last week. Young man who was like a brother to her. She's had to deal with that off the court.
That'll put things in perspective, won't it?
Yeah.
She hits her 8th winner. That was only an 83-mile-per-hour second serve. Just sitting right in the forehand wing of Ivanovic.
I feel like she's taking a page out of Camilla Giorgi's book here.
Yeah, I feel like Ivanovic has really come out ready to play, whereas Azarenka hasn't showed up yet.
You know, I don't have any reason, any factual evidence to say this, but just knowing their two personalities, I would think Azarenka wouldn't like an early start. She wouldn't be as good early as she might be a little bit later.
Like she'll play herself into the match?
Yeah, like an 11 a.m. start's not her perfect time. Ivanovic overhits that. And she is going to go to the chase review to see if it was indeed out. It was called out. It didn't have to be this big.
Well, she saw Azarenka running. Oh, it was in. She saw Azarenka, though, covering that side and then did a little bit more with it. Was pressured.
What are you talking about? I was on the ball.
You're on the
I
ball.
was
but
on
you
the
hit-
ball. She screamed right where she called the ball. What are you talking about?
For me, it was a bit of a late call to start with, and the call didn't have anything to do with the
Are you
fact that
freaking kidding me, Eva? Why? What? How can you judge that?
that's my judgment. For me, the call didn't came to me in this case.
Not quite sure why she's arguing, though. The chase review. She's arguing the
Well,
chase review?
what she's arguing is that she's losing the point. Points being
Oh,
given to
okay.
Ivanovic, and Eva Azdaraki is saying that the call came late after Azarenka had missed the shot. So therefore, she's giving the point to Ivanovic. Still game point.
She
And
loses
Azarenka's
this game.
rattled.
She's not going to be very happy with the umpire.
Well,
She better be careful because this set's getting away from her very quickly.
I've seen him do that a lot this summer. If they hit a shot, it's on the line, and the call comes after the other players hit it out, and it's called out, but it's good, they give the point to the person. Eva Azdaraki is, of course, one of the veteran umpires out here. She is on tour every week. That was see the familiarity there with Azarenka calling her by her first name.
I was just thinking that.
Azarenka fights through that and is on the board. The first game she's won.
Well, maybe that call pumped her up a little bit. Was a good wake-up call for her.
Yeah, it's been a sleepy start for Azarenka. A reminder to go to usopen.org. It's a great time to go to that website. A lot of interviews, highlights, merchandise, and updated live scores. Ivanovic is coming back down to earth a little bit here.
Yeah, she started off extremely strong and really needs to stay at that level. The unforced errors are starting to come in play. That's her first double fault.
Take that. One of the best points of the match. Big couple of points here for Ivanovic just to maintain her confidence. And Eva Zdaraki getting out of the chair as there's some water that is leaking underneath the back fence there. So it's not raining, but we had so much rain yesterday. I guess there's some leftover water back there that is spilling out onto the court.
Just leave the towels down there, please. Just leave the towels down. Thank you.
So Ivanovic hoping that that doesn't slow her down as they get things situated back there. We can resume now, 30-all. Ivanovic with game point. Azarenka looked like she was going to get back into this game, get back on serve, but Ivanovic has stepped up. I like the way she has approached this match. She hasn't gotten frustrated. She stayed fired up, very positive. She can get down on herself. That hasn't happened, and she maintains that lead. Ivanovic got behind, or Azarenka got behind 3-love. Playing catch up here.
Second double fault. It's not looking as comfortable as we saw in her last match. Really struggled with the unforced errors.
Yeah, there's another one.
15-13.
Azarenka, though, had a lot of momentum coming into the U.S. Open after beating Serena in the final of Cincinnati.
Well, the difference between those last matches is that Ivanovic had a tough 3-setter, but she played extremely well and ended it very well, whereas Azarenka had the 3-setter, didn't play her best tennis. So that match had to give Ivanovic against Christina McHale a lot of confidence pulling that off.
Ivanovic, former world #1, so is Azarenka. Azarenka still very much at the top of the game, while Ivanovic is trying to get back to that level. Azarenka's trying to pump herself up. Even when Ivanovic misses, she screams that, "Come on."
Well, that's a big point for her, Sam. She's trying to pump herself up, but you can tell she's really not feeling it.
No, that's, yeah.
Trying
I mean,
to talk
she's
herself into
forcing
it, yeah.
herself into trying to play better. It's interesting to me, though, Kathy, where do you think all these errors are coming from with her? Is it just confidence or lack of focus? Or, I mean, she's a lot of uncharacteristic. Can you see anything technically she's doing?
Well, right now, Ivanovic, we have to give her some credit. She's under a lot of pressure. Been Ivanovic dictating play, just playing extremely solid tennis, but, you know, she's the one that's got more to lose. She's the one expected to win. It's a little breezy out there. Had a tough match in her last, barely getting through her last match.
Chase Review shows this was good.
So all those little things add up. Azarenka really pressuring the Ivanovic backhand. Finally got a weak ball. Right here, short. Attacks the backhand, volleys to the open court, and that's her first winner of the day.
Wow. And we are almost 6 games in, and that's shocking.
And her first ace. You know, sometimes you go through these little periods that are tough and you're just not feeling 100%, and you just got to keep playing through it.
How do you get through it? Did you have like a default setting you went back to when you went on the court and you just weren't feeling it?
Yeah, you just got to play a lot of balls. You got to cut down the unforced errors. You got to get to your rhythm and your timing. Sometimes you just have to play through some of these matches. It's a long 2 weeks.
But how do you do that? I mean, would you just hit down the middle? Would you take a few steps back? I mean, how do you do it?
Well, you put maybe a little more spin. I mean, it's breezy out there, but have bigger targets, play with a little more margin, use the middle a little bit more.
Boy, Ivanovic just swats that away.
Just not enough on this return. Short. Plays behind her again.
You following Anna Ivanovic on Twitter yet, Kathy? She just joined.
I heard. She's enjoying it.
She just joined Twitter, and she's already got almost 41,000 followers.
Wow. She's a great young lady.
Sam Stosser's the only top 20 player that's not on Twitter on the women's side.
Again, Ivanovic just having a lot of success playing behind Azarenka. pretty confident in her challenge here, and she's right. Her second ace.
And Ivanovic hanging tough. She has not come close to surrendering her serve, and she's one game away from polishing off this first set. Well, it's been an excellent first set for Ani Ivanovic. Ivanovic really has had no hole in her game that Azarenka can expose. 13 winners, 7 unforced errors. Azarenka with only 2 winners and 8 unforced errors. Bad start for her, but plenty of time to come back. I mean, you got to think at some point these shots are not going to go in. I mean, she's hit so many like that.
Well, she's reading the ball well. She's taking the ball early. She's capable of playing this kind of tennis. That's for sure. But can she do it for 2 sets? Smart play again, drawing Azarenka to the net.
I like that little pump up move she does there.
She came out of the gate ready to go. She's got a game plan. She's sticking to it. Just rolls that ball across court.
Azarenka 2 points from dropping this set. The sense of urgency increases. Azarenka steps up, has taken the last 3 points. Game point. So Azarenka does her part. She holds serve, and now Ivanovic will have to hold to win this set. Ivanovic, though, has been rock solid, but this is her first pressure-filled game. Let's see how she handles it. Now this is the first moment of adversity Ivanovic has had to face.
Just not enough on that second serve. This is the game that Ivanovic needed some first serve so she could dictate the point with the forehand. Big chance here for Azarenka to get right back into this first set. She's starting to reach for that toss, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Ivanovic has struggled in these pressure moments.
That's a nice response.
Yeah.
Third ace. Still one more break point opportunity here for Azarenka. Needs to get a first serve in here.
And Azarenka secures the break to keep this set going. First break of serve Azarenka's been able to get, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Good serve. See how Ivanovic deals now with getting broken as Azarenka's right back in this set.
Azarenka's at 90% of her first serves in.
Do you feel like with Ivanovic it just comes down to belief? I mean, I can't imagine
also,
someone
I think
hitting
it's
better.
a little bit of belief, obviously, yes. And also, you know, if you listen to her speak, she always says, you know, I know what it's like to be up at the top and I want to get back there. And sometimes you want it so badly that that works against you as well. You end up putting pressure on yourself. Chance here, a couple points away.
Ivanovic.
And she struck that ball from well behind the baseline.
So with that, Ivanovic has got set point, couldn't serve it out, but she may win it returning.
It's Ivanovic who has, in this first set, been going more for her shots.
Azarenka has not won a second serve point this set, and she's got to stay in the set. But she's not going to. Ani Ivanovic with a strong finish to the opening set. So second set, Ani Ivanovic couldn't serve the set out. But the way she finished the set was impressive with the winners from the ground. So
that shows a lot of belief in herself.
See if she can break a 3-match losing streak to Azarenka. Well, you know Azarenka's going to dig in now. Azarenka, you would expect to dig in here to start this second set. But Ivanovic, the way she's hitting, Kathy, I mean, it's not much Azarenka can do when she's connecting like this.
12th winner on that forehand side.
And Azarenka,
Just doesn't look
with a lot of
comfortable out
unforced
there.
errors, yeah. Well, this is a huge game for Ivanovic.
You can see she's really trying to get herself into this match.
Well, you know Azarenka is going to push as hard as she can, so if Ivanovic can hold here, I think that'll do a world for her confidence. I'm still not trusting Ivanovic yet, Kathy. I'm waiting for the collapse. I know that's bad, but against Azarenka, you really got to prove yourself. She has so far.
Well, there's a sign. That's her third double fault.
She was broken in her last service game. She had to win the set by breaking Azarenka.
Giving Azarenka a break point opportunity here.
But Azarenka hasn't been able to capitalize on her few opportunities in this match.
You just sense that Azarenka is having a hard time with her timing and finding a good rhythm out here.
Yeah, she's not been in any kind of rhythm at all. It's been
It's
very
almost a
patchy,
carryover from her last match.
real sporadic. Can you pick up on that, Kathy, when you're on the court, that even if it's a player that is typically better than you, they're not themselves that day?
Oh, absolutely. That's when you have to capitalize.
And there's the break, though, as Ivanovic slowing down. Azarenka gets the break of serve, her first outright lead in the match. 1-love. But when you do recognize that, Kathy, does it change the way you play at all?
Well, let's take a look at the first set summary. And of course, Ivanovic with one more unforced error, but it's really the winners that stick out. 17 winners, only 4 from Azarenka. Well, I think, Sam, going back to your question, that you really have to capitalize on those moments and take advantage of them and get ahead and try and stay ahead and apply the pressure. You don't want any loose points or loose games like that last one from Ivanovic. And you especially want to start strong after you get the first set under your belt, especially start strong and send a message in that second set.
What's wrong with the foot? Azarenka shaking it out, tweaked it a little bit.
Those are the shots that Ivanovic was making in the first set. Misses that second serve way long.
It's been a
And this is what Ivanovic was hoping for, that Azarenka would have a little bit of an off day, committing those errors as she did in her third round match. And for her, she just needs to keep playing good, solid tennis.
a streaky match. The streak continues. Yeah, I mean, back-to-back breaks. Azarenka unable to carry over any momentum.
Talking to her box now, showing a lot of frustration.
She's just never really settled into this match. It's Ivanovic's for the taking. Is she going to be able to do it, though?
She's got Azarenka guessing back there.
The best chance she's had to beat Azarenka in a long time. She's lost 3 straight matches to her, hasn't beaten her since 2010.
Just not picking up the ball, just not reading the ball well, not moving well today.
Good return.
And she's known to be one of the best returners. That's only her 5th winner of the match.
Just her first this set. Right back to the same spot.
Having so much success playing behind Azarenka.
Yeah.
21st winner. Azarenka hasn't picked up on this. She keeps looking for the open court.
It's a good scouting report by whoever's helping Ivanovic.
Keeping her off balance.
That is an effective pattern right now. Again, going behind her 3 straight times, and she's won 3 straight points.
I almost think that maybe there is something wrong with her foot.
Well, credit Ivanovic for picking up on it.
Azarenka standing inside that baseline, taking the balls extremely early, trying to rush Ivanovic a little bit more. Oh, and a big first serve. Set that swinging volley up, just overhit it a little.
Well, this is turning into a pivotal game. Nobody's held serve yet here to start the second set. Just long.
Azarenka capitalizing on the second serve and then just dictating play. Moving Ivanovic from side to side.
So we've had 3 straight breaks to begin this second set. But we haven't had a hold of serve to start this second set. That's good.
Right off the baseline. Taking that ball extremely early.
These two have preferred to return in this set.
Azarenka really playing the backhand of Ivanovic.
Well, you've got Azarenka trying to get to the Ivanovic backhand, and
Yeah,
Ivanovic trying to hit behind Azarenka.
I really think she's making a mistake, though, by just playing the backhand side. It's a consistent shot. She's not as forceful with it.
You know, she's yelling at her coach, Sam Sumik, there. That pattern of play obviously is not working. Azarenka's rattled. Love 40.
So it's one break point with the big first serve.
How did you know? Like, how did you know? So still no holds of serve as the breaks keep coming.
Just can't seem to get it going, Azarenka.
This is Ivanovic's day to beat Azarenka. Whether she'll do it or not, I don't know. Reminder to go to usopen.org. You can follow this match. You can see the stats for this match, as well as check out what else is going on. A lot of action right now.
That's the shot we haven't seen from Azarenka, the backhand down the line.
This is, well, again, I did a match earlier this summer. 23 breaks of serve that
Yeah,
Azarenka
this is where Ivanovic really needs to step up though, and take control. As you said, this is her day. It's clear that Azarenka is struggling, and she really needs to step up, raise her level right now, and take over.
Well, Ivanovic was so effective on serve in the first set. I mean, what's the difference here? Why can't she hold now?
Well, she's just starting to make a few more errors.
First serve percentage, 52%, but she's only 3 of 11 when she gets the first serve in.
It's more placement than anything. You can put a first serve in, but it's more about the placement, so she can dictate right off that first shot with her forehand. Just hasn't been able to get that shot consistently.
Boy, Ivanovic has found some lines today. You got to give her that.
You see those last 2 first serves, that was better placement. She was able to get that first strike and stay in control of the point.
Still break point. But Ivanovic has won the last 2 points. A hold would be huge here in this set. Called out and then overruled by the chair.
And then challenged by Azarenka.
Azarenka's going to the chase review to make sure Eva Azdaraki's overrule was correct.
Oh.
No, that is out.
Way out.
So it'll be a second serve. Wow. And the double fault means we've had 5 straight breaks. 3-2, Azarenka back in front. So Azarenka beginning the process of trying to hold serve. Nobody's done it yet.
And in the beginning, we said that backhand down the line was going to be key for Azarenka, especially against a player who likes to look for the forehand. They tend to cheat a little bit on that side, looking to run around the backhand to take the forehand.
Get that out of here.
Just read that serve early. Steps in. She's inside the baseline for the first serve.
Haven't seen the drop shot from her since the start of the match. So that was an effective time to bring it out.
Well, this is not what Ivanovic wanted. She really needed to step up while Azarenka was down, and now I feel like the momentum's changing. Azarenka's settling down, finding a little bit more rhythm, putting points together.
So we have our first hold of serve, and it is Azarenka taking control of this second set. She must take control as she's down a set to Ivanovic.
Showing good hands around the net. Starting to do a little bit more damage. Sixth double fault.
And this could be the beginning of the end in this set for Ivanovic. Great get. She's such a good athlete.
Does a great job of covering this volley, and then again playing behind Azarenka.
Another good get. Maybe she should spend more time up there.
Well, she does have good hands. Again, covering the net very well, going to the open court.
Azarenka going for the knockout, and Ivanovic has got game point.
It's just been so up and down. As soon as you think Azarenka is putting it together, then comes up with a couple unforced errors.
Do you like that miss, or was that unnecessary, what she was trying to do, Azarenka?
Well, that was a big point at 30-all. I think she should need a little more margin.
Azarenka leads 4-3, second set. First set, Ivanovic.
Victoria Azarenka clinging by the thinnest of margins right now. Up a break against Anya Ivanovic, but there's really no momentum behind this lead. It could be gone in a hurry. Double fault from Azarenka. We've had 6 from Ivanovic. That's 5 now for Azarenka. That is not a good stat.
No.
Just 1 of 10 second serve points she's won. And there's was her second serve point that she's won. Ivanovic really was unable to do anything with the return.
When she comes in for the third. Second ace.
Doing a little Bartoli there. Well, this time Ivanovic not fooled by the drop shot, but she was staring up into the midday sun on that overhead.
That was awfully close. You can see Azarenka was taking a second look at the call.
Well, it's called good.
Might have been a good challenge.
40-30. And Azarenka holds. One game away from sending this to a final set. Last time they played, they went to a final set. It was in the semifinals of Carlsbad at the very beginning of the Emirates Airline US Open Series. First stop on the road to the US Open, and now here they meet. This is the fourth round match, carryover from yesterday. Ivanovic is going to go to the chase review to see if this ball was in. It was called good. So love 15. This set might be over pretty quick.
Well, Azarenka just seems like she's playing her way into the match. She's getting a little bit stronger and stronger, whereas Ivanovic, she's let up a little bit, played such a clean first set.
So triple set point for Azarenka.
That's 5 double faults in the second set alone. 7 for the match.
We've had 5 breaks of serve overall between the two. And the 6th break of the set gives the set to Azarenka. One set determines who goes to the quarters from these two. Here in the final set, Victoria Azarenka won the second set. There were 6 breaks of serve in that second set. Kathy Rinaldi stepped out. Elise Bergen joining me for the final set. And we're wondering if Ivanovic could keep up that level of play she had in the first set, Elise, where she was just blasting and everything seemed to be going in. And she's kind of come back down to earth, so to speak. Azarenka, though, to me, is not playing unbeatable tennis.
No, she's not. She's vulnerable. We saw her vulnerability in her match against Cornet, losing that first set. And it was tight early in the second, but she seems to get better as matches go along. And Ivanovic, her history, the last couple of years, she's of course playing better, but her history says that in these moments where she's getting close, she's going to get tight. So you know with her, it's going to be dramatic no matter what.
To me, it almost seemed like Azarenka just wasn't awake. You know, the 11 a.m. start is not good for her. It's taken her a while to settle into this match. She's finally hitting the ball more Azarenka-like, but it took a while. And Azarenka with a strong hold to begin the final set. These two again trying to get to the quarterfinals will their face Hanchikova tomorrow. Here's a look at how the second set broke down, and you can see 6 breaks of serve between the two.
And you just have to think that it's the Azarenka serve that's going to be more solid when it comes down to crunch time. And Ivanovic, unfortunately for her, with that serve, it's really the toss, and it's mental, it's in her head, it's almost to the, it's really one of those things where she's thinking about, well, if I hold the ball in my hand this way and toss it that way, that's what it had gotten to with her, and that's why she's had so much difficulty.
Azarenka's back on her game again.
And in the movement area, you give that to Azarenka. Azarenka's a much better mover around the court. If you can start to push Ivanovic around, she's not as good. If she can't set up for those forehands, she's not as good.
And she was not doing that earlier in the match. It was the total opposite. Ivanovic had more firepower and was moving way better.
And that's where you want to push Ivanovic out to that forehand wide, and she did a really nice job there, Azarenka, getting her out of her comfort zone.
Azarenka's feeling it now. Yeah, I mean, it's been a complete transformation. That is what Ivanovic was doing to her to start the match.
But this comes from confidence. Confidence in knowing that even if she's down, she can come back. She's just matured so beautifully in this aspect of her game.
And Ivanovic continues to melt down under the strength of Azarenka. And Azarenka's off to a quick 2-love lead to start this match. It's the only 4th round match today. The other 2 women's matches are quarterfinals. Makarova and Lee play on this court next. Serena Williams and Suarez Navarro tonight. But these 2 will have to come back again tomorrow. One of them will, and play Hanchikova. At the moment, it's looking like it's going to be Azarenka if things continue this way. Missed it.
And Ivanovic certainly came out in this match with the right frame of mind, that she was going to try to take it to her. try to establish herself early. And you see those unforced errors, 29 unforced errors, because she knows that the longer the rallies go, the more it's going to favor Azarenka. So she's tried to establish herself early in points.
Earlier in the match, Ivanovic was having a lot of success hitting behind Azarenka, and she hasn't attempted that past few games. I think she's pretty rattled right now.
Double fault. Really, you give credit to Ivanovic for putting pressure on Azarenka. Be good knowing that if she doesn't put in a good serve, Ivanovic is going to step in and crack it.
A little opening here for Ivanovic, but can she take advantage?
Sam, it's never fun to sit around an entire day anticipating a match, waiting for a match, and then it gets called, and then you have to come back early, first match on the next day.
Well, that was the reason this match was theoretically canceled as early as it was yesterday, so they wouldn't have to sit any longer than would be comfortable waiting around. And they got out of here early enough yesterday to where they could come back and play the first match.
And that type of rally, we just saw the long rally. It just favors Azarenka. Look where Ivanovic stands on this second serve. She's just waiting to pounce, trying to intimidate.
Okay, Ivanovic has got a chance here.
When she gets looks at that second serve, that's when she's chomping at the bit. Just wonderful depth on that backhand.
Yes. Saw a lot of that earlier in the match. Just the one swing winners from Ivanovic.
And this wide serve, that's a very good wide serve, but Ivanovic so dangerous on that forehand side. 31st winner of the match for her.
Well, the difference between earlier in the match and now is Azarenka's answering Ivanovic. Earlier she was not. Ivanovic was having her way with Azarenka. Azarenka fighting not to give up that one break lead.
And the first serve makes such a huge difference for her. Difference of being on the offensive or being on the defensive when she has to hit the second serve.
Azarenka, two very close serves.
Azarenka serving to the ball.
She's going to be allowed to challenge this. And there was, I'm sure, more out than she thought.
She is getting so many flat second serves. Doesn't usually hit a lot of spin on that second serve, but this is credit to Ivanovic putting that pressure on her that she feels that she has to go for more.
So Ivanovic has the crowd behind her and now a little momentum as well. She's broken. We're back on serve. 1-2 final set. Anja Ivanovic back in this final set. She's just broken the last game. It has been a match of streaks, momentum shifts, and drama.
Would we want anything else?
This has had it all.
Well, Ivanovic, if you're coming in, you can't do it on a wing and a prayer. You've got to do it with conviction and more depth with that approach.
Good point.
Oh, crafty. Haven't seen a ton of craft in this match, but Azarenka comfortable with that drop shot. And you see that emotion from Ivanovic looking at her box. A box that has changed through the years many times.
Quite often.
One thing, there's always been that consistency of the Adidas team.
When she's without a coach, that's where she goes back to. Sven Grunefeld, in the middle of the picture.
Sven's seen it all from so many players.
Yeah.
Wealth of knowledge in that head. Wozniacki, Kirilenko, so many of the players on that squad.
got it.
She anticipated, watch Ivanovic anticipate the cross court, and Azarenka has got to know that if she goes cross court and leaves that line open, if Ivanovic is there, it's an easy pass, and she got it, and you see how much she wants it. And we see that clenched fist from her.
Oh, just out of reach.
Well, Azarenka going to this drop shot. We've seen 3 in the game, and you can see Ivanovic just playing her heart out. She covers this one, tracks it down, and then makes the stab at the next one. And I like the smile. But you have to think that this last unforced error, it comes from the fact that Azarenka making her do a lot of running this game. And when you do that much running, you have to recover. Don't think she did for that last point. Well, you'd think those backhand-to-backhand rallies would favor Azarenka, but Ivanovic doing a nice job hitting through that side.
At least we're starting to see more winners right now. We've gotten into a patch of play where it was just unforced error after unforced error, and now these two are stepping up as the stakes get higher. And a nice drop shot. Perfect time to use it for Azarenka, that element of surprise. And it gives her the break. She's back out in front 3-1.
Once again, beautifully executed.
Reminder to go to usopen.org on this day of mostly quarterfinals. This is the only 4th round match on the women's side. You can follow the scores. Leighton Hewitt's in action right now. A lot of other entertaining matches. And Ivanovic smacks another return winner. Azarenka's had to be careful where that serve goes, because that's been the most lethal part of Ivanovic's game, this return.
There is a school of thought that you go to the strength at times, but you got to get it a little wider than that, out of that hitting and power zone. That's just a little snack for Ivanovic there.
Again, there's that play that she used earlier, going behind Azarenka. Azarenka had started to move into the ad court.
An open stance, and again, driving through the backhand very well.
Break point for Ivanovic.
This is reminiscent of the match that Azarenka played with Jankovic
in Cincinnati. 23
with
breaks a serve. We've had 3 this set. For the match, there have been 12 breaks. And we may be on number 13 here if Ivanovic converts. And she does, courtesy of a double fault. So the breaks keep coming here in the final set, 2-3 now. On Ivanovic, back within striking distance, but holding serve has been no sure thing in this match. We've had 13 breaks of serve, 4 in this set, 2 for each woman.
The difference between the Azarenka of today and the Azarenka of maybe 3 years ago is that in these moments, she's right in there. She fights, even if she's not playing her best tennis, she's found that way, that maturity to handle these third sets, the pressure. When she loses a first set, she doesn't lose her marbles like she did when she was younger. All right, but am I allowed to, as a female, I'm allowed to change my mind about that?
Yeah, I think that was a meltdown. And apologies if you heard what she said. It's been frustrating for Azarenka. She's never been able to distance herself from Ivanovic in this match. As poorly as Ivanovic has played at times, Azarenka hasn't been able to take advantage of it, and vice versa. The same things happen to her. Chase review is being used by Azarenka. Yeah, she felt like that was in, and it was.
But when you look at the stats of this match, it's Ivanovic who's been the dictator. She's either hitting the winners 35 or making the unforced errors, and Azarenka's hanging around.
Good serve. And Ivanovic has a chance to hold. Ivanovic has not held yet.
And that's the serve of hers. The motion is fine. It's always been the toss. When the toss gets in the right spot, her serve can be dangerous. That toss is just not going to get it done. You can't chase it like that.
And Ivanovic wills her way back into this set. Her first service hold of the set, and we're deadlocked at 3-all. Anyone's match now. Three games apiece, final set. The quarterfinals on the line here at the US Open for these two. Ivanovic made the quarterfinals last year. It was her first Grand Slam quarterfinal since she won the French Open back in 2008. Of course, Azarenka last year went to the final, was on the verge of winning her first US Open title, defeated by Serena Williams, however.
Ivanovic, you just got to give her so much credit. Gets to #1 in the world, wins a Grand Slam, and then all the emotional foibles, in a sense, she dealt with in her game with the serve. Had some injuries.
40 love for Azarenka.
Well, that was a very good first serve up the tee. After throwing in a bunch of double faults last service game.
Nicely done. Oh. Love that shot.
And rifles the return and then caresses the forehand here, and that's just so lovely from Ivanovic there.
And that's a shot you do practice, isn't it?
You betcha.
Azarenka hangs on, and the pressure falls back to Ivanovic as Azarenka showing that champion's mentality of stepping up when she's up against the wall. On Ivanovic serving 3-4 here. Trying to stay with Azarenka.
Her last service game, there was different momentum because she had just broken. Now she's serving with Azarenka having held her own serve. Different type of pressure now. Going to that slice is not her comfort zone.
And Azarenka is having an easy time returning in this game as we get closer and closer to the potential end of this match. She could find herself within a game. Break point. Got a noise. Ivanovic is wondering there. It's turned off.
Well, that's the type of serving we saw from her early in her career. When she got to #1, when she was challenging for slams, set up so many points off of the serve. Now faces another break point.
Azarenka breaks and now will serve for the quarterfinals. As Ivanovic just has not won the big points in this match. She's made it competitive, she's made it fun to watch, but she hasn't been able to win those crucial points in the pressure situations. That has belonged to Azarenka. But Ivanovic has returned well, so this is not over.
But my, how Azarenka has stepped it up
Yeah.
since 3-all. Served her best serving game in a while, in that game to hold and to reestablish herself. And then the last point to break Ivanovic, just some wonderful defense from her.
Ivanovic trying to hit her way out of trouble. She was very successful coming in earlier in the match, but Azarenka was not surprised or bothered that time.
Well, the game may have changed some, but the tenet that you can't come in cross court and get away with it a lot still holds true, and it just opens up too much court for your opponent.
At 30 all. Azarenka's 2 points from the match, but can she get there? Azarenka gets her again, and a match point comes with that passing shot.
And you just feel like that's just a bit of panic from Ivanovic, forcing her way in there.
Will play on. Ivanovic winning that backhand drill. Out slugging Azarenka. And a break point for Ivanovic. Another error going long.
Off her bread and butter side, that backhand, which is usually so consistent.
That was a world-class drop shot. I mean, she couldn't have walked it over there any better and laid it over the net.
I don't think Ivanovic thought she was going to try this again, and she not only tries it, but just executes it flawlessly.
Now this crowd is solidly behind Ivanovic.
And how can you not get behind a shot like this? She was in trouble. I mean, that cross-court forehand was so good from Azarenka, but just gave Ivanovic enough room to find that down the line. Incredible.
break point evaporates, and Ivanovic still in danger of losing the match in this game. Second match point arrives for Azarenka. It's been the story of this match, that these two just can't finish each other off.
The big surprise here is how well the Ivanovic backhand into the Azarenka backhand is working. Azarenka on her 2 match points, 2 backhand errors, misses that one there. Just look how she threatens where she stands. So much pressure on the server.
And Ivanovic stays alive. 2 match points fought off by the former world #1. And we will continue to play for a spot in the quarterfinals. So Ana Ivanovic fighting off 2 match points. And despite that first serve percentage here in the final set, hanging tough, but has got a hold to stay in it, and that's been the toughest thing for Ivanovic to do today. And it's been so difficult for either of these players to maintain momentum in this match. That's a good start for Ivanovic. This crowd is really behind her, too. You don't even have to watch the point. You can just listen to their reaction, know what happened.
She's getting to Azarenka now, and it all started in that last game when Ivanovic hit that incredible running forehand winner off of a shot that Azarenka thought was had pretty much finished off the point.
Whoa. Again, for that to be such a clean, well-struck winner.
And a muted response.
No reaction.
A muted response, absolutely. Pretty shocking.
Well, it's looking more like the Ivanovic of the first set, though. That's a good thing for her.
And she plays it perfectly until the last moment. She doesn't cover the line well enough. You need to cover that line. You've got to get over there more quickly. You know where it's going to go.
Now that net cord really hurt her. So 30 all. And Azarenka will have her third match point. It's been a great atmosphere for a day match. We'll keep going.
One of her best serves of the match. She kicked that out. We don't see a lot of kicking serves from her. Look how that moves, and look where Azarenka has to hit it, and there just opens up the huge forehand for Ivanovic.
Well, that is the play that's been there all day. She has found success hitting behind Azarenka. Azarenka has not been able to cover balls that go behind her. But for every great shot Ivanovic has hit, there's been an unforced error. And another match point arise for Azarenka. And Azarenka survives. A hard-fought fourth-round match. And she'll have to come back tomorrow and do it all over again. A second straight three-setter between these two, but Azarenka's now won 4 in a row against Ivanovic and is into the quarters.